Welcome, dear students. I hope you all are fine and utilizing your time in the best possible ways. In the previous videos, we learned about the methods of integration using substitution and using trigonometric identities. Today also we are going to learn a new method called the integration of some particular functions. So let's get started. Let us see what we aim at in this video. After the completion of the video, you will be able to identify the 6 forms of integrals of particular functions. You will be able to recall and derive the standard results for these integrals by the method of substitution that you have already learned. And then you will be able to integrate the expressions by transforming them to any of the 6 special integrals. So let us see how to obtain these objectives. So let us see what our today's topic is. Our topic is integration of some particular function, and the particular functions will look like these. So you can see you have new 6 formulae for you to learn, and these formulae, they can be derived using these substitutions. So let us see one by one what these formulas are. So the first one is 1 upon x square plus a square dx, the integral. It is going to give you the answer as 1 upon a tan inverse of x upon a plus c. And the second one integral is 1 upon x square minus a square dx, and its answer is going to be 1 upon 2a log of mod of x minus a 1x plus a plus the constant c. And likewise the third one you can observe 1 upon a square minus x square, which is similar to the second one, but the difference is here the a square term is negative and here it is positive. Here x square was positive and here it is negative. It has a completely different answer from this one. So its answer is 1 upon 2a log of mod of a plus x upon a minus x plus the constant c. And these 3 formulae, they are the formulae in which you have the numerator as always 1 and the denominators, they are without the square roots. Now we have the formulae where the numerator is also 1 but the denominator has the square root of the terms like x square plus a square, x square minus a square, and a square minus x square, and their answer will be completely different from the previous 3 formulae that you have learned. So the fourth one is 1 upon under root of x square plus a square dx, that is equals to log of mod of x plus under root of x square plus a square plus the constant c, and 1 upon under root of x square minus a square is equals to log of mod of x plus under root of x square minus a square plus the constant c. And the last one, 1 upon under root of a square minus x square dx will be equals to sine inverse of x upon a plus the constant c. So these are the 6 formulae that you have to learn, but they are quite similar to each other, so you have to learn them very carefully and properly. Then only you will be able to apply them in the question. So let us derive these some of the formulae from these using these substitutions. So let us derive the first formula, that is 1 upon x square plus a square dx. From here you can see that if we have the term like this one x square plus a square, then we are going to put x as a tan theta or a cot theta. So it is up to you whether you select a tan theta or a cot theta. So I am using a tan theta here. So we are using the substitution x is equals to a tan theta. Since we are changing x in terms of theta, so in the integrand we have to change whole of the integrand in terms of the variable theta. So here I am going to put a tan theta, and in place of dx we need to differentiate this x with respect to x only. So it is going to be a into the derivative of a being a constant, it will remain as such. The derivative of tan theta is secant square theta into d theta. Here it will be otherwise 1, and when you differentiate it with respect to x, the left hand side will be equals to 1 and right hand side a secant square theta d theta divided by dx, and this dx will shift towards the left and it will give you dx is equals to a secant square theta d theta. So our integral becomes I is equals to 1 upon x square. In place of x we are going to put a square tan square theta plus a square, and in place of dx we are going to put a secant square theta d theta. Now in the denominator you can see a square is common, so we are left with tan square theta plus 1 into a secant square theta d theta. So a gets cancelled out, and a being a constant can be written outside the integral sign. So it becomes 1 upon a, and inside the integral secant square theta upon tan square theta plus 1. From the identity we can write it to be secant square theta. This secant square theta in the numerator and the denominator, it cancels out, and you are left with 1 upon a 1 d theta, which is further equals to 1 upon a theta plus the constant c. Since we had started with the variable as x, so we should change this theta again in terms of x. Where we had introduced theta, we had put x as a tan theta. From here we can calculate theta, so we can write it as x upon a, that is equals to tan theta, and further tan theta will be equals to tan inverse of x upon a. So our final answer for this integrand will be 1 upon a tan inverse of x upon a plus the constant of integration c. So this is the very first formula that we have for some particular functions. Let us derive another formula, that is 1 upon under root of x square minus a square dx integral. So if you look at the function in the denominator, it is square root of x square minus a square, and when we have the term x square minus a square, from the substitutions you can see that x square minus a square, in this term we can put x as either a secant theta or a cosecant theta, whichever you like that you can use, but here I am using the substitution as a secant theta. So it will be equals to 1 upon under the root a square secant square theta minus of a square. So what I have done here, I put x as a secant theta. So my integrand now will be in terms of theta completely. In terms of x, in place of x I have put a secant theta, and in place of dx I am going to put in terms of d theta. So that can be calculated from here. I will differentiate both sides with respect to x to get 1 is equals to a being a constant will remain as such. The derivative of secant theta is secant theta into tan theta into d theta by dx, that is going to give me dx is equals to a secant theta into tan theta d theta, which I can put here. In place of dx, I can write a secant theta into tan theta into d theta. So now my integral I becomes equals to a secant theta into tan theta, and from the denominator I can take a as common and a square as common, which will come outside the square root sign to give you a, and inside the square root we have under root of secant square theta minus of 1 d theta. And here you can observe that secant square theta minus 1 is the identity. So in place of secant square theta minus 1, you can use tan square theta. And for the tan square theta, if we take its square root, we are going to get the function here as tan theta. So tan theta, you can see in the numerator and the denominator it cancels out. A also cancels out, and we are only left with the integral secant theta d theta. We have learned previously that integration of secant theta is log of mod of secant theta plus tan theta plus the constant of integration c. So now the answer we have got is in terms of theta. We have to change it in terms of x. So let us see what it becomes. We had introduced theta here by putting x as a secant theta. So the value of secant theta will be equals to x upon a from here. So we can write in place of secant theta x upon a, and if you know the relationship between tan theta and secant theta, so tan theta is secant square theta minus 1. if I write here secant square theta minus of 1 plus the constant of integration c, and in place of secant, again we can write in terms of x, that is x upon a whole square. So now this becomes log of mod of x upon a plus under root of x square minus a square divided by a square plus the constant of integration c. Now you can further calculate it if we remove the square root sign from the denominator, it will be a, and then if you take the LCM, it is going to be a, and further using the properties of log, you can separate the numerator and the denominator using the property that says log of p upon q is log of p minus log of q. So we will get log of x plus under root of x square minus a square minus log of a plus the constant c, and this log of a being a constant, so log of a is also constant. So these two constants can further be written as some another constant c1. So log of x plus under root of x square minus a square plus c1, the other constant. So we have another formula which we have derived. So it gives you the answer as log of mod of x plus under root of x square minus a square plus the constant c. Begin with the questions of some particular functions. So we have the questions of the type 1 upon 4x square minus 16, and if we have the questions of the type 1 upon under root of 9 minus 25x square dx. If we need to find the solution for these, one must remember that the numerator should always be equals to 1. If we are applying these formulae in any of the question, you must remember that the numerator should always be 1, and the coefficient of x square in each of these you can observe as always equals to 1 or minus 1. So here if you want to use the formulae, any of these formulae here, so you have to first of all observe that the numerator is 1, which is 1 here. So come to the denominator, the coefficient of x square is 4, which can be made as 1 by taking 4 as common. So the very first step is I will take 4 as common from the denominator. So it will be x square minus 16 upon 4 dx. So it is further be equals to 1 upon 4 dx upon x square minus of 4. Now if you can resemble it with any of the formulae, it will be it is similar to the second formula 1 upon x square minus a square. Here in place of a we have 4, a square we have 4. So 1 upon 4 we can write it in this form only by writing it as x square minus of 2 square. So in place of a we will be using 2. So its formula says 1 upon 4 as it is, 1 upon 2a, 2a that is 2 here only. So into log of mod of x minus 2 upon x plus 2 plus the constant c. You can further solve it to get the final answer. And in the second question you can observe that it is 1 upon under root of 9 minus of 25 minus of 25 into x square dx, which is resembling the form 1 upon under root of a square minus of x square. Again, to use this result we need to get in the numerator 1, which is already 1, and in the denominator the coefficient of x square should be made as 1. So what we have to do in the denominator, first we have to take this 25 common inside the square root only. So we will get the term as 9 upon 25 minus of x square dx, which is further equals to 25 goes outside the square root and it will be equals to 1 upon 5. 1 upon 5 being a constant can be taken outside the integral sign. So we are left with 1 upon under root of 9 upon 25. If I need to write it in this form particularly, so I need to decide what a should be. So I can write it as 3 upon 5 square minus of x square dx. So identifying it with this form, So here a is 3 upon 5, and in place of x we have x only. So its formula says it is sine inverse of x upon a. So our result is going to be, our answer is going to be 1 upon 5 into sine inverse of x upon a. A here is 3 upon 5 plus the constant c. So it will be equals to 1 upon 5 sine inverse of 5x upon 3 plus the constant of integration c. This is your final answer. So let us discuss the integrals of the type 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c, or 1 upon under root of ax square plus bx plus c. Here you can see that the numerator is always 1 and in the denominator you have a quadratic. So we will try to bring this quadratic in the form x square minus a square, or x square plus a square minus x square, or under the square roots a square minus x square under root of a square plus x square, or under root of x square plus a square. So what we have to do in all these questions, we will try to complete the squares and bring in the form of the formulae. So let us start. We have this question 1 upon under root of 8 plus 3x minus of x square. So what we have to do, inside the square root only we have to complete these squares that you have done in class 10. You must be remembering that for completing the squares, the very first condition is the coefficient of x square should be 1. So here you can see that it is minus of 1. So to make it plus 1, we should take negative sign common from this whole term. It will become x square minus of 3x minus of 8 dx. You must take a note here that the negative sign taken should be inside the square root only. This cannot be taken outside the square root sign, because it will become then imaginary number. So to avoid that, we have to keep this negative sign inside the square root only. So it becomes 1 upon under the root minus x square minus of 3x minus of 8. The next step to complete the square is taking the middle term, its coefficient. Here it is 3. So we should take its half. The half of 3 is 3 by 2. Its squares must be added and subtracted here to complete the squares. So let us see what it becomes now along with it dx. So it becomes 1 upon under the root minus these first 3 terms will give you the square of x minus 3 by 2. You can see a square plus b square minus 2ab it is. So it is the whole square of x minus of 3 by 2. And you can solve these two terms separately. They are the constants only. So minus of 3 by 2 square is minus of 9 upon 4 minus of 8. If you take the LCM, it is going to be 4 minus of 9 minus of 32. So it is going to be minus of 41 upon 4. So you can write here it as minus of 41 upon 4. Along with it, you can write dx. And further, what we can do here is we can take, now we have completed the whole squares, we can take this negative sign inside again, and it will turn out to be I becomes equals to 1 upon, you can see, under the root 41 upon 4 minus of x minus of 3 by 2 whole square dx. If you remember the forms that we just did, it is of the form 1 upon under root of a square minus of x square. We can express in that form by writing 41 as under root of 41 and writing 4 as 2 and taking its square. So it is now of the form 1 upon under root of a square minus of x square. Here our a is under root of 41 upon 2 and x is x minus of 3 by 2. So in that formula, we can write it as the sine inverse of x minus 3 by 2 upon under root of 41 upon 2 plus the constant of integration c. You can solve this one further. In the numerator you can write it as 2x minus of 3 divided by 2 into, this goes to the numerator, this 2 upon under root of 41 plus the constant of integration c. This 2 cancels out, so you are left with sine inverse of 2x minus 3 upon under root of 41 plus the constant of integration c. So this is the answer for this question, where you have learned that if you have a quadratic in the denominator with a square root, then you have to complete the squares and bring it in one of the forms, one of the 6 forms we did. And again, if we have a question where we do not have a square root, then also you will be following the same procedure to solve the questions and use one of the forms. So let us see another type of integral which has in the numerator the linear px plus q, and in the denominator the quadratic ax square plus bx plus c. It might be without a square root or with a square root. So what to do in these questions? Let us see one of the questions where the numerator is x plus 2, which is obviously a linear, and in the denominator we have the quadratic 2x square plus 6x plus 5. So in these questions, what we will always do, we will write the numerator as a times the derivative with respect to x of the denominator plus the constant b. We will always follow this procedure to write the numerator as the derivative of the denominator. So in our case, the numerator is x plus 2 is equals to a times the derivative of the denominator with respect to x, that is 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus the constant b. So x plus 2 will be equals to a times the derivative is 4x plus 6 plus the constant b. So if we compare the coefficients of x and the constant terms, that we will get by multiplying a inside, we get 4ax plus 6a plus b. This part is a term containing x and this is a constant. So we compare the coefficient of x both sides, we get 1 is equals to 4a, and on the other hand the constants 2 is equals to 6a plus b. Here a will be equals to 1 upon 4, and the value of b can be found by putting the value of a. 2 is equals to 6 into 1 upon 4 plus b. 6 and 4 cancels out, 3 upon 2. So b will be equals to 2 minus 3 by 2, that is equals to 1 upon 2. If we take the LCM, it is going to be 4 minus 3, that is 1 upon 2. So these are the values of a and b that we are going to use to write our numerator. And from this equation we can write the numerator, that is x plus 2, as the value of a is 1 upon 4 into 4x plus 6 plus the constant b, that is 1 upon 2. And we are going to use this numerator in our integral, given integral. Let us take this integral as 1. So I becomes equals to, 1 implies I becomes equals to integral 1 upon 4, 4x plus 6 plus 1 upon 2 whole divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5 dx. So to solve it further, what we can do, we can separate the numerator with respect to the denominator to get the integrals as 1 upon 4 integral 4x plus 6 upon 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus 1 upon 2. Here we should also write dx. 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2x square plus 6x plus 5 dx. Now to solve it further, we can write them as integrals, say I1 and I2. This first one can be written as I1 and this one integral can be written as I2. Now we can solve them separately, and to write the final answer we will put their values here in this equation, say 2, and we will get the final answer. So solving I1 is equals to integral 4x plus 6 upon 2x square plus 6x plus 5 dx. What we can do here is, you can observe that the derivative of the denominator is present in the numerator, so we can put the denominator as t, its derivative 4x plus 6 dx is equals to dt, which is already present in the numerator. So it will be dt upon t, that is log of mod of t plus the constant c. So it is equals to log of mod of 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus the constant c. This is the value of I1. Now we will solve I2. I2 will be equals to, I2 is equals to integral 1 upon 2x square plus 6x plus 5. Now you already know this form where the numerator is 1 and in the denominator we have a quadratic. So for solving this, what we have to do, we have to bring it in the form, in one of the 6 forms that we did. For that we need to make the coefficient of x square as 1 by taking 2 as common. So if I take 2 as common, we are left with x square plus 3x plus 5 by 2 dx. What to do next? 1 upon 2 can be taken out common. So 1 upon x square plus 3x, and after that taking the middle term coefficient and making its half, its square must be added and subtracted. Dx, and further 1 upon 2, the first 3 terms will give you the whole square of x plus 3 by 2, and solving these 2 terms separately, what we will get, minus 9 upon 4 plus 5 by 2, taking the LCM as 4, we get minus 9 plus 10, that is 1 upon 4. So this 1 upon 4 with a positive sign, to make it in one of the 6 forms, we can write it as 1 upon 2 whole square dx. Now you can observe that it is one of the 6 forms. It is similar to the 1 upon x square plus a square. X here is x plus 3 by 2 and a is 1 upon 2. So we can use that formula. That formula, if you remember, is 1 upon a tan inverse of x upon a. 1 upon a, that is 1 upon 2 tan inverse of x plus 3 by 2 upon 1 upon 2 plus the constant of integration c, and further we can solve this one. Further we can solve this one. This 2 goes with 2. Here you can cancel out, and after taking the LCM in the numerator inside tan inverse, we will get it equals to tan inverse 2x plus 3 plus the constant of integration c. Here you can see, after taking the LCM, 2x plus 3 divided by 2, and this 2 goes in the numerator, this 2 in the denominator and in the numerator, they will cancel out to give you tan inverse of 2x plus 3 plus the constant c. And now we will finally write the answer for our integral I by putting in the values of I1 and I2. The value for I1 we have got equals to (1 upon 4 times log of mod of 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus half of tan inverse of 2x plus 3. These 2 constants, if they will be added up, they will give you another constant c. So this is the answer for this question. where we had in the numerator a linear and in the denominator a quadratic. If we have another question of the type linear in the numerator and in the denominator we have a quadratic inside the square root, then we are going to follow the same procedure to solve the question for these types also. Now children, it's time to summarize the topic that we have learned in the video. So here I have listed all the 6 forms of special integrals. You can observe carefully that they are quite similar to each other, but they do have a different answer. So you have to be very careful in learning them and then use accordingly in the questions. Once again, go through the type of integrals that we have solved in the questions. So if the integrand is of the type 1 upon quadratic or 1 upon under root of quadratic, then the quadratic in the denominator should be transformed by completing the squares method to get the integrals from one of the 6 special forms. And if the integrand is of the type linear upon quadratic or linear upon under root of quadratic, then you will write the linear, that is the numerator, as a times the derivative of the quadratic plus the constant b. After finding the values of a and b and putting them back into the integrand, you will separate the integral into 2 integrals. Solve the first integral by substitution method and the second one by transforming into again one of the 6 special forms. Now it's time to self-assess yourself. You can solve these questions and check your answers given along. Okay children, I hope you understood the topic well. Bye-bye for now and take care.